one thing I want to point out is that this is something of an irrelevancy, because there's still a whole lot more that needs to be done. The resurrection does not automatically prove divinity. This is not a point that I think is pressed enough. For instance, let me give you an example. Imagine I were to say to you that rape is sometimes permissible if the victim is attractive enough. What would you think of me if I said such an awful thing? You'd think I was some kind of moral monster. But then I say, oh, no, sorry, I forgot to mention, I rose from the dead the other day. Are you going to be any more convinced by my moral claim? I don't think so. And this is even if I were to prove that I'd risen from the dead. If I say, yeah, you should trust my moral claims, and you should trust my extraordinary historical claims and truth claims, if I claim that the earth is flat or whatever it may be, simply on the basis of the fact that I rose from the dead, I don't think you'd be all too convinced. And that's even if I was able to prove to you that I had risen from the dead. What we're dealing with is not just a case where we know someone's risen from the dead, but where we have maybe some good reason maybe not to believe that he might have risen from the dead. And all that we have to support that is something along the lines of, well, the disciples seemed to think so. According to whom? Well, of course, according to the gospel. That's a question I'd also like to ask Jonathan, is if you have any extra biblical evidence